Sunday morning Pillaging show. Chris4Raiders, oh, Raider Nation chasing, oh, Pillaging just for Sundays, oh, me and Chris, we don't miss, oh, me and Chris don't miss, oh, me and Chris don't miss. When it comes to this Raider classic, we don't miss. Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Good morning. How you doing, Jason?
What up? What up? What up? Man, doing good.
Well, we got bad news. There's no game today for the Raiders. That's the bad news. The good news is that we have to suffer another freaking loss. That's the only thing we have to worry about. But there are some other games on. It's a game on right now. Colts and Atlanta. It's like a good game. It's close.
Yeah, I seen that at halftime it was like 13-14 or something like that.
17-13 now. Atlanta. Yeah, they're pretty good. And today's topic on the thumbnail is we need to draft a quarterback, and you're absolutely right about that. I wanted Penix, but Atlanta stole him before we got to him. Because a lot of folks said, well, he got hurt in college. He was hurt. He looked pretty healthy to me. I don't think he had a major injury so far. Knock on wood for them. But yeah, we should draft a quarterback. We definitely need one going forward in the future.
Yeah, and then like you just said, like we need to we need to draft a quarterback, and we need to stop listening to other people. You know what I mean? Because like it seems like we take whatever they tell us, and then it shies us away from taking what we really need. You know what I mean? Like, and we should be a little bit more aggressive when we go after these people, because I was with the idea of bringing a free agent quarterback in and all this kind of stuff, but it seems like every time we either overspend and we can't spread the money to the rest of the team, or the free agent doesn't work out. So I'm like, you know what? We could have went two and whatever we are with a rookie quarterback, or even AOC. Like that's what's frustrating, because if we were going to be this bad, we could have did it with a rookie quarterback, and then this next season would have been his, maybe breakout season. But now we're still in the negative. You know what I mean? Still moving in the negative.
True. I agree. If that's the case, we could have Gardner Minshew, because pretty much it's like the same thing. We've seen the same thing all over again. They did draft the quarterback, Cam Miller. I don't know, but we should draft a quarterback early. There are a few quarterbacks coming out this year that could pass the eye test, but as far as them starting next year, probably not. But then a lot of other teams did that. The Donkeys did it. What's his name? The Patriots did later in the season. They started Dre making, and look where they're at now. They're 7-2.
Yeah.
They're if depends on what happened today, they'll be the number one team in the AFC. Depending on what happens today, who wins, who loses, and that's a scary thought. I don't want that again.
Yeah.
But we had 9 years of Derek Carr. He did good, did some good, did some bad. Everybody said, well, he broke a lot of records. Yeah, if you're a starting quarterback for 9 years, you're going to break some records. But he never had anybody behind him to push him to make him even better. Only person he had there was Mariota. And he pushed him a little bit, but still. If you put the fear in the quarterback's heart that we're drafting a quarterback this offseason, they're going to like, oh, my job's in jeopardy. Then they're going to perform better. We didn't do that. Not at all.
Yeah. And like you said, like 9 years, was enough time. Like you said, if he didn't break records after 9 years, because he was the most consistent, like as far as years wise, we've had, I can't even remember, like 9 years at the quarterback position for us is a lifetime, so, and we drafted him. and he ended up starting that year. And from the record, it probably was about the same as what we have now, except probably the defense was a little bit better. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm willing to just take that step because everybody else is getting their guy. Like you said with the Patriots, with Titans, they got their guy, or they think they got their guy. Atlanta, all these teams have got their guy, but when are we gonna get our guy?
Right. The Titans did draft Ward. He's a rookie. I don't know about their offensive scheme and their offensive what they're doing. But you know what? This year might not be a good year for him, but it's definitely a learning experience. For him, he's going to see how the defense. So he's going to know how he's going to learn how to read these defenses better. And that's on him and his coaching staff. But at least they did draft a quarterback. Yeah, number one overall pick. So they have him for the minimum of 4 years, maybe 5. But like I said, we should draft a quarterback every year, every other year until we get it right. We had 9 years to do that, and we didn't do it.
Yeah,
If they could have done that, if they could have drafted a quarterback in Derek Carr's 7th year, and he gets stepped behind Derek Carr, we'd have a quarterback right now.
yeah, and that's
Well,
why I say, oh, sorry,
I,
go ahead.
I also say I don't know who came out that year in the 7th year. We have to look it up, but you know, try it out, see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, like, and I would love a mobile quarterback, because I mean, like if you look at the teams that are playoff bound, their quarterback can move. You know what I mean? So that's why the pocket passer, I think for us, it's not, especially with the line we have until we fix that. And I know, we talk about drafting linemen and stuff like that, but the I just hope free agency is where we take care of this. Like, if we ever want to throw money at things, throw money at that offensive line, because we will be in the same position. Like, even if I'm starting to, because, I'm starting to realize that Geno's going to be here next year. So there's no way around that. So, yeah, we could fix the line and maybe he will improve, but at the same time, even if he does, he's not going to be here forever. So basically, we need our guy regardless. And I feel like we're the type of franchise we let other teams pick the people that we should be picking, and that's why we're in the position. So that's why I know Geno's going to start next year, so that's why that's even better for us to get the quarterback and let him sit. They get a lot of mock drafts have us taking a defensive player. I mean, we do need help on defense too, but I mean, our offense needs help, y'all. It's one of those things like we have to fix this O line. I mean, we could love JPJ to death, but he can't do it by himself. Like, it's we need, like Chris was saying last week too, a true center. Like a true center, because we haven't had it. And it'll take a lot of the pressure off. Like, I would like that in free agency. Someone that can is at least better than what we had. We had Andre James, which was always on the ground, getting pushed around, and just he couldn't. He just wasn't made for that position. So we tried to get it because it was cheap. But we need to stop doing that. Stop being cheap in positions that we need to pay money for, and stop paying money for positions that we need to draft.
Yeah, well, the Raiders didn't have a backup plan for the offensive line. They moved things around, and they thought Colt Miller was going to be there all 17 games. Well, apparently not. Um, Parham was out last week, last game. They had to put in Putnam. He's a backup center at the guard. Then Kappa will have to go in there, because JPJ got hurt. Only person that was in the starting rotation was Meredith and Glaze.
Yeah.
So your most important line position was the left tackle, and he's gone. And they got the other guy in there, John Forsythe. He called him John Forsythe. Forsythe. Yeah, we do need to draft and maybe we did draft 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
And my saying is this: okay, We're not going to even look at the playoffs. Only time we'll see the playoffs on TV. That's what the Raiders going to watch the playoffs on TV or go to the game if they want. But what? Put Grant in. Put Rodgers in. Let them learn now. Let them get the feel for a real NFL game. Preseason is a real NFL game, but it's not real fire. You know what I'm saying? It's like they shooting in preseason means like you're shooting blank rounds. Put them in there some lands and live fire until the real guys that play, because in the preseason they play against the third, the threes, and the fours. Put them against the ones and the twos in the regular season. See what they got. So what? We get sacked 15 times in a game. So what? We're not gonna win these games anyway. The way we're playing, So you might as well put them in there and get practice. So when come next year, they know like, yeah, no, I played my first NFL game, a real NFL game, and I see what it's like. So off season, I got to get some work done.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're saving them for. You might as well put them in. Help you scratch my ass. No, put them in the line, put them in the rotation, and see what happened when last week. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Let's go to a chat first. I didn't get a chance to talk to the chat.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of fighting a cold right now. So
man.
Jack's in the building. What's up, Jack? WTF? Where's the flag? My man Frank Weber's like who's always here. Adrian Bailey, hi. Arcela, I hope I'm saying it right. I hope I'm not butchering your name, but I do. I apologize. He's in the building. The Bears number 1, exactly. Hits boys, what's up? What's good? What's good? And an old friend Marcus Banks. Hey, Marcus Banks, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
but and then Mario. Hey, Mario, fight on. What's up, Mario? But they got a few quarterbacks coming out this year that could fit us. Can I hear a lot of Raider Nation talking about Norris from South Carolina? I like him. He looks pretty good. He plays in the SEC, so that's tough. So I don't know. What quarterback do you see in college football that you would like the Raiders to try to draft or pick up?
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm in that same boat with the Sellers because it's something we haven't had, like with his speed. I mean, even the people that we say can throw the ball haven't been able to throw the ball. So, I mean, we might as well take our chance with somebody that can at least get out of the pocket, And I think that'll make the difference in a lot of these third downs. Because basically we don't have mobile quarterbacks. We plug in all these like pocket statues, you know what I'm saying? And it's not working because we don't have an O-line because we don't, like I said, we haven't invested in our O-line. So we've just been like, okay, well, we can get away with plugging in this free agent quarterback. He should be able to throw us out of trouble, which it hasn't happened because everybody's getting faster. Everybody's getting stronger but us. Like nothing has changed. Like that's why when we go into these weeks, unless our O-line, we get 3 good trades in, it's the same line. So like we can't go into these games thinking, because all we're doing is hoping and wishing, basically. Just hoping that the other team's quarterback gets injured so we have more of a chance when we know unless this line gets improved, we're not going nowhere. But it's like we do have talent. It's not saying that we can't do anything because we picked up a good running back. We just can't see his full potential with the line that we have. We have speed everywhere, but we can't see their potential because the line doesn't allow it. So with a quarterback that can move outside the pocket, I'll take my chances because I remember all the stuff they said about Jalen Hurts. I remember all the stuff they said about Lamar Jackson, that they wouldn't make it in the NFL, and they were just running backs with they can throw, and they're doing pretty dang good. So everybody that pays tickets, for these expensive games, give them something they can watch and ooh and ah about. Give them some speed to watch.
What's up, Chewy? Yeah, I agree with you on that because everybody talking about that Indiana quarterback. He's a pocket quarterback too. He might be having a great season, in Indiana, but he's more or less a pocket quarterback too, to me. I don't know if he can really run because I really don't watch Indiana college football. But I've seen his stats, his highlights. He's a good thrower. But we need more than that. If we're going to put a pocket quarterback in the backfield with his offensive line, might as well just put Aiden O'Connell in there. That's what he's going to do. But I like a quarterback that is a threat to run to keep that defense like this guy might take off and run type thing. So the defense, when the defense see a statue in the backfield, pin their ears back and go after him. But get a quarterback that can run, who's a threat to run. This is a different story, a different ballgame. Got 3rd down 4. Well, nobody's open. You see a little crack, a little hole right there in the middle. You're gonna take off and run and get some yards. We don't have that. We don't have that in years.
Yeah. And that can be the difference on these 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s. You know what I'm saying? Like with I know people don't like him, but Chip Kelly's offense, he could probably do a lot more with Sellers than he's probably able to do with Geno. But I mean, I think when it comes to Geno, it's more his football mind, like as far as being a smart football player. Because there's people, even for the one that Mostert blew the coverage or whatever. If you finesse that ball the right way, there was somebody breaking to the left, and there was nobody else to the left. It was just him. So he has to learn how to get that. Just get it to the person. I don't like, because I've seen so many times with him holding the ball and just like going to, and then when you look at the replay, you see people open, and it's like he's what do you call it, like shell shocked. That basically like he's made so many mistakes, and I guess he hears us talking about him throwing a pick a game, but bro, keep slanging it. Like you're a quarterback. I mean, picks are going to happen, but I mean, we would like more touchdowns than interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So, we never want you to be shy of throwing the ball, because I mean, you are the quarterback. I mean, if anybody's going to sling that thing, is you. But just be confident and get it to your guy. Get it to your guy and make sure if he doesn't get it, nobody else can get it. You know what I'm saying? That was what Brady did very well. You know what I'm saying? So I hope Geno's picking his brain every chance he gets of, you know what I'm saying, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is going on? And then they just go over tape together. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you, Chris, when you say, like, they should be putting these guys in, like the tackle and the guard we got, might as well, just to get them so that next year they're already acclimated to NFL speed. It's not going to be like, okay, these are my first games, my second year. No, it's oh yeah, I did this last year. I learned. The coaches told me what I did wrong, and that's how you truly get better. Mm-hmm. So I agree. It's time.
Well, Geno does hold the ball too long, and he stares at receivers. Need to break out that habit, because these DBs, these linebackers, these guys are faster and can jump the ball a little more effectively than they could a few years back. He needs more than just Brock Bowers, because you see what happened Monday night. I don't want to Thursday night. I don't want to talk about that game too much, but they pretty much blanketed Brock Bowers, but Geno was scared to throw to him. They knew what Brock Bowers did the week before, and like I said on our game show Tuesday, the pregame, they're going to blanket Brock Bowers. Now that Jacoby's gone, who else is out there? Tucker? Yeah. I don't know, decent game. But it's hard to throw the ball to any one of your top receivers when the defensive line is in the backfield. You're soon you hike the ball. So when you're under a lot of pressure like that, you can't throw the ball accurately. You can't throw the ball on time. So all those plays that were timing plays were busted up as soon as you hike the ball. So, yes, I agree. We need to draft a quarterback, but we also got to sew up that offensive line, because the defense did pretty good. They kept us in game, especially in the punting team, except for that one block. That's why the guy got fired probably. But they were in the game. They could have tied it up. We had 2 special team malfunctions. It could have been attacking. It could have been different. We talk about something different today. We could have been 3-6, but we're not. We're 2-7. And
Yeah.
hey, Ray Ryan, good morning. But the thing is, okay, we draft a quarterback. We gotta get that offensive line because I watched some of the mock drafts that some of these not NFL Network, but some of these NFL analysts have. They said draft for the defensive end. Yeah, we probably do need one. I don't put no doubts to that table.
Yeah.
But we also need offensive guys, offensive line guys, and maybe another running back too.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the defense. Like with adding pieces to the defense, definitely, because Max does need help on that other side. But if our offense can't score, like the defense can get the ball, but as you can see, they had many picks. You know what I'm saying? And still, we lost that game. So it's like our offense is where they should focus. Like how they were able to plug in pieces on the defense, and they're for the most part playing well enough. There's of course DB issues and stuff like that, but for the most part, the defense isn't really the problem. So that's why I say we need to focus because we get sidetracked at the draft. We get sidetracked on so much stuff, and we need to focus on what we need to focus on.
Right.
O
Yeah.
line, but I'm hoping the O line is addressed before the draft. Like I just hope that we can get some too. But like you said, we just drafted another guard, a tackle that's supposed to be up and coming. So how many are we going to keep? So we need to spread these draft picks out to other places. And if we keep drafting the same positions, O lineman, DT, well, we never draft quarterback, but we whatever we need to, and they're not the guy. Like we need to just like this last draft was questionable. We got a good. It's kind of like we sold our soul for these certain pieces that I guess Pete wanted, but I don't know. We just need to pick it up, man. Because I mean, our the money we're not going to have as much money if we keep throwing all this money at quarterbacks. So that's why I'm saying like let's let Geno ride this contract out as far as we can let it, and then move on to our real rebuild because we'll always be in the negative because we're still going to have the rookie have a year to get used to everything too. So that's why I always say negative because we're still as long as we're on Geno time, we're kind of in the negative. And I'm hoping if we do address this line, there is a chance he could get better. And I mean anything's better than 2 games really. So I mean that's not really saying much, but I mean I would love to give him a fair shot and say, okay, what does he look like with a decent line? So that's as fair as I could be.
Yeah. Yeah. The O line should have been fixed early in the season because when Pete Carroll made that comment during a press conference before the season started, who's going to start at what position? No, it might take us a week 9 to figure that out. Week 9 is way too motherfucking late. Excuse my language. You just have to determine it by week 2. Week 1 maybe. Week 2, yeah, you should know who's going to be out there. Week 9, what are you trying to do? Tank the season, Pete? Is that what you're telling us? Yeah, seems like it to me. I don't know. Maybe he is. Yeah, so they got to figure it out. Because we're gonna be 2-15 come draft day. We're gonna have number 1 pick probably, or number 5 pick, 1 or 2. Um, are they trying to tank this season? Yeah, no, I don't know. They're trying, but they sure look like they are because of the way they're playing. You know, what's his name? Missing that field goal. That's usually he makes those. He's missing that.
Yeah.
The punt getting blocked, missed assignments, things of that nature, like kind of suspicious to me, but I can't call it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But we got 10 picks in the draft. Let's make use of all them picks. You know, let's get rid of the dead players, the dead players. These guys on the team for what reason? Like Dalton Wagner, why is he still on the team? I haven't seen him out there yet
Yeah.
on the field. I haven't seen. Well, put him out there. He's a big kid. Intro guy, what's up? Welcome.
DG.
You know, he's been 3 years now. He ain't even done nothing. Nothing. If he's that bad, then give it to dead weight and get some other guys in there.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of is the Minshew call for him to start. You know what I mean? Like it feels like this is somebody else telling them, hey, we got to compete this, because that's the thing. Like I should have knew when Pete start talking about, compete and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, why are we kind of over emphasizing compete and all this kind of stuff? Because I mean, ain't that what you do every year? You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Everybody does it. We ain't the
yeah,
only
that's
team
what I'm
that
like.
do it. We the only team. Everybody does
Yeah.
it. I mean,
So
some teams got their position established, like quarterbacks. Some teams got we know who's going to start. Well,
yeah,
we're having competition who's going to be number two behind him.
yeah,
So everybody has that. But compete in what position? No, you got JBJ competing against Kappa, but nobody competing against Parham.
yeah,
What? Okay. I don't know. I think JPJ burned his bridge or something with Chip Kelly or whatever. But I don't know why they put him in a doghouse like that. And
yeah.
they
'Cause
put the guy in. See what happened when they put the other guy in. See what happened, right?
yeah,
We couldn't
and
run. Because it was a stat on the game. They said with JPJ at guard, they was getting 43 yards. They had 43 yards rushing. Without, they had -3 or 5. Like one of those. Well, it was minus anyway. Without
yeah,
him in there. So that tells you something. The run game was good when JPJ was in there. Even last year, remember last year when they changed when they fired everybody and changed up the line and JPJ got in there. The running game looked a lot better, although we didn't have a good running back, but it looked a lot better than it did in prior games.
yeah,
So he's a key part of the offense, and they still put him in the doghouse. Right? I don't understand that.
yeah. And remember, when you brought up running backs, I just thought of the play with Mostert and Geno. I don't think we talked about that part. Like they had like a little kind of back and forth, but I felt like as many because at the moment, I'm gonna tell you my exact thought at the moment when I seen him getting that Mostert. I was thinking, okay, so when you be throwing hella picks a game, you know what I'm saying? Do you want somebody in your, you know what I'm saying, like that? And it's just, because I get it, like, hey, he could have probably, but there he could have made a play too. You could have stepped, you know what I'm saying, stepped up, dinked it up, you know what I'm saying, just something. I mean, I don't know. It's I just you don't do your teammate like that on. Well, I mean, shit, Brady used to do it all the time, but but you know what I'm saying. Like for he's not perfect himself. You know what I'm saying. So I mean, I don't like him going because I mean Mostert's a pretty good player. Mostert's been making things happen on special teams. You know what I'm saying, like doing certain things, and he's actually. I'd rather have Mostert back next year than Geno. You know what I mean? To be honest,
Yeah.
but
Again, somebody on Friday night live chat we had, somebody said Mozart told Gino to fuck off. And I would have said the same thing too.
damn right,
Get out my goddamn face. Make
yeah.
some plays. Stop throwing picks.
I was better like, yeah, how about try throwing to your teammates?
How
You know what
about throw
I'm
yeah.
saying?
Remember, we wear silver and black. Stop showing to going to other teams that wear different colors. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just say I was throwing fuck off to you. Fuck off. Look at your record. You got 12 interceptions this year. Shut up.
I would be like, hey
I'm doing the
Gino,
best I can.
I'd be like, hey Gino, that little area over there, that's called the end zone. Why don't you find it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Our end zone, not theirs.
yeah,
Yeah, so I was doing the same thing because I said most part, he's doing what he can do for what we have. And if he won't come back next year, he probably won't say, no, playing. He's gonna be a quarterback. I ain't coming back to this damn team. Why?
yeah, which sucks too.
And they're not, and then they're not using Mozart right.
Mm,
Get the ball to him out in the flats. Get him something so he can because he got the speed, he can run. No, they're gonna try to run Mozart up the middle. He wasn't ever really up the middle running back. He was an outside guy. If you watch tape from when he was playing with Miami, he got those 20 touchdowns. That dude bust some things, man, run to the outside.
yeah,
Why we trying to run a guy in the middle? He's not an up the middle running back.
yeah. And if we
They're
had
just
that solid center, we
look
can
like they're
run
coming.
up. You know what I mean? Because we be getting that push.
Hey, Jason, they're coming for you again, man. You want to shut it down because they're coming? You go
Mm.
hide. You remember did that in Bakersfield? We in the side room, you started hiding. Like, yeah, oh, here they are. That was funny. But you know, all right. So you said Norris, the guy from South Carolina. Let's ask the chat what they think. if we'd have drafted a quarterback from college today, who would you guys pick? So answer the question in the chat and let us know because I kind of like him. He's the mobile quarterback. He has a good arm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you probably got a few things you need to learn, but that's coming to the NFL sitting for a year.
Yeah.
You know, and also the thing about him, he's played against SEC teams that are got great defenses. So, he already learned from there.
Yeah, I definitely. Oh, I mean, I don't know if Chip Kelly will be here to coach him because say if we do, get him. I'm pretty. See, I don't see Pete benching Geno. I don't see him. I see him giving him another year, and so that's why I'm just trying to get set in my mind that he's gonna be here next year, and just hope that this team can improve around him. Because at least if they don't go quarterback, I hope they just focus on everything possible, like as far as getting us a top DB, getting us a real free safety, getting us, maybe another good. See, we need so much in that first 3 rounds, like a good receiver, a damn good DB, a star free safety, tackle. We need we need the best of the best.
Hey, Frank, you know what? If Ponce de Leon could have found that fountain of youth in South America, we could bring back Johnny Unitas. Yeah, sure, why not? But DBs, they held up their own pretty good. I'm not going to downplay them. They did pretty good, and it was good to see Darian Porter out there. I said good. He's starting to play more and more. Clyde Kelly had a couple of big plays, but those were almost gimme interceptions. One was, and that one was a tip, and that was good too. But as it stands, yeah, they're good. But they still you draft some. And then Lonnie's coming back, is off the injury reserve, so he's back in full swing. So the DBs, we could draft another one. But right now, they're doing okay. But the defensive line is doing okay. The linebackers are doing okay. Not great, but okay. But the defense only can do so much when they're on the field to 2/3 of the game. Man, you get tired. You're not robots. That's what I said. The offense got sustained drives. And if you look at the game, they showed Jesse Center looked dejected. He looked like, why am I here? Yeah, I don't blame you. Why are you here? Because they're not blocking for you. They're not calling run plays where you can get that one run play that he had a 32-yard run and stupid idiot held and he wasn't even involved in the play. Yeah, why are you holding him? If he just blocked him a little bit, he still wouldn't catch it. If he did, he already down the field.
Yeah.
And then
And
Thornton making that.
The way he yoked him up, he could have.
And Thornton making that block right before the ball got there. Like, oh my God. Rookie mistakes. I get it. But
in fast motion, though, Thornton's wasn't that bad, I didn't think. Because it was kind of like he turned and he was like, oh shit. And then he turns. He could have just, if he had to put his hands up, he would have been.
Thornton was staring him down the whole time. You watch it again. He was looking at it because he knew he had to block him. But if he would just have half a step or 2 steps a little bit later, it would have been a touchdown. He could have blocked him and he could have ran a touchdown. It was a good play call. It was a bad execution. I mean, rookie mistakes. But the rookie mistakes you're making at key moments. We had a big run, called back. Had a touchdown, called back. And that right there, I don't know if that Jenny run got us a touchdown or field goal, but it'll got some points.
You know what I miss about having, like, say, Jacoby or somebody, even like, I guess, Devontae when he was here, but when Thornton was having the struggles, down the field, you needed somebody to be like, hey, sorry, shake that shit off. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, on to the next. Because, he kind of got down on himself, too, in that moment. Like, and, that's where the vets kind of come through. Like, hey, bro, you're going to drop some more. But, what I'm saying? We still need you for the rest of this game. Let's go. Because it's, I mean, I believe the kid. I mean, shit, Devontae Adams had drop problems. This couple, you know what I mean? So
he still
can
does.
turn it around. Because, I mean, as long as he's getting open, because basically he got open on that route really, really nicely. So
he was over through the ball.
Yeah, he just has to catch. So I mean, at least he knows what he has to work on. But like these guys got to get this burn though, because if they, I mean, and we're critical on our guy, and it's just in the heat of the moment. It's nothing personal against the players, but we in the heat of the moment we want to win. So of course you drop a ball for us is 110 times worse, but at the end of the game we love our boys. We want you to make the mistakes but get better. This shouldn't be happening games and games on the line. Like if it's the last game of the season, you guys should be sharp. You guys should be on point going into the next season, and that's what this is about. So as I think, if long as we can all realize that the rest of the season should be a learning period for our guys, even though it should have been preseason. But um, we went the veteran route. We tried to do everything, to compete right now, but we're not ready yet. So let's just improve. Let's get better. Let's fine tune it. Let's stay sharp and go into the season, on a higher note.
Well, that's all good and dandy, but then you can say that when you get better in offensive line. But here's the question: who would want to come here? You know what I'm saying? Some players say, "I'm not going to Raiders. I'll take a pay cut to go to another team." So
Yeah.
that's the question I ask.
I mean, there's somebody on another team that feels like they should be starting. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. We got to take a chance on somebody that's on another team that wants to get paid, that is, a talented person. Like, instead of us taking, like, I feel like leftovers, which I always say I hate,
That's what we do. We
taking.
take that 4 day old refrigerator leftovers, like, and we're trying to warm it up, and it's like, damn well it's not going to taste good, but we're trying to warm it up and add salt and pepper to it, and it still don't work. That's what
But
we
it's
do.
worth.
We take everybody else's trash and we try to do something with it. Why are we taking? Apparently they didn't want them, so why are we taking?
Mhm.
Well, anyway, man, watching the game, Coach has got a touchdown. Taylor, that dude is something else. Like
Nice. I
a
got him on my
45-yard
fantasy
touchdown run.
squad. Nice. JT.
Coach, Coach just took the lead, but
Yeah,
you
getting.
got teams that need to the teams that are doing well. Like look at the Colts. They already had established offensive line, so that Jones guy, Indiana Jones, is looking good.
So after Minshew, they're doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They shook Minshew, and then look at them.
Well, Mitchell was there. They had offensive line too. They had weapons and offensive line.
Hmm.
We being quarterbacks thinking it was the same magic like the other team, and they had an offensive line.
Yeah,
No,
and then
and when Geno was in Seattle, he did okay.
yeah,
He had a bad offensive line, but they also had DK Metcalf and those guys. So
yeah,
he had to for sure receivers to bail him out.
yeah. We with see, and like with other teams, they know that he's not Joe Montana, he's not Tom Brady, he's not Mahomes. So they run the ball more. They rely more on the run game. Us, we want to put the ball in his hand 50 times, when he's not made for that. It should be heavy dose of the run, heavy dose of Genty, Mostert, Genty. You know what I'm saying? And then when we got to, I mean, but if we're running the ball right, we don't have to really rely that much on Geno. Just when that's because if we can get in the red zone, these guys can score. Mostert knows how to get in there, and Genty can find his way in there. But it's just if we can get past the 50, and I see, and it's kind of unfair because say Thornton had to caught that, it probably would have been a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's because I mean, Geno put a perfect pass on him. So it's like it's never just Geno, or it's a combination. And I would just like to see us fix this combination of the line, them get better as wide receivers, and the quarterback play be a little bit more consistent, or a lot
Was it,
more.
was it just me, but did it seem like Genty had a lack of effort on the interception? I get the ball. I get the ball was popped up, but he didn't show effort to at least try to knock it down. Well, the
Yeah,
ball was popped up way in the air, and he's only 5'8". He couldn't get up that high. And another thing, by the time the ball came down, the dude was already taking off running.
yeah,
So, and plus that pass was behind him a little bit, and the announcer say, "Oh, that pass, he should have had that." Geno's not a wide receiver. His body doesn't twist like a wide receiver does. Been a wide receiver, he probably would have caught it.
Yeah.
No, he can catch the ball, but he's not a wide receiver. So, it might have been lack of effort. Might have just don't give a damn anymore this year.
Yeah, and it sucks to see that because he is a talent. Like he definitely has the talent. And it's frustrating. And it just sucks that this is his first he hasn't even completed a first season yet. And he's still, or I'm sorry, he's already frustrated. You just got here. I mean, shit, imagine us. We're frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this has been going on for quite some time. So, I just don't want him to be in that situation like Jacobs, wanting to, eventually getting out of here after, doing pretty much his contract or whatever, or us trading him, because I feel like we have talent in places, and I will be so frustrated if we go into this off season and we address like kicker, punt, something like that,
Ah,
and then we don't address this O line. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because sometimes I mean, if they listen to any of our shows of what we talk about, we give them the game plan of the blueprint of how to get this team better. And they've been doing stuff outside. Like, that's why when we brought in Lockett, it's like, okay, but what are we going to do with the O line that we have? Like, where's that change going to come? Or we did this. Oh, we switched this person. Oh, we fired the special teams coach. Okay, yeah, but what are we going to do about the O-line situation? Because until that changes, nothing changes.
exactly. Exactly. Because, like, you can find a special team guy. Maybe he wasn't a guy. Okay, fine. Because, too many blocks and everything else is going on. Fine, go ahead. You trade Jacoby Myers. Well, so okay. He didn't want to be here. He want to be traded. He didn't say he wanted to be here. He wanted to get paid, and they didn't want to pay him. So, okay, trade him. You got a fourth and a sixth. And I remember we said, I'll take a fifth for him. Then we got a 4 and 6. Cool. We got 2 more picks. So we got 10 picks next year. All right, he's gone. But he's happier. And I saw reports that he wanted to go to Jacksonville Jaguars. Good for him. Let him go there. They gave us some something to play with in the draft. But here's the thing: what are we going to use those draft picks for? Now we got 10. We need to draft a quarterback. Yeah, that's no doubt about it. Because I don't think Cam Miller's going to be the future quarterback. I don't see it. Maybe he will be. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I am, but maybe not. I say we get one of those 6'3", 6'4" guys that can move the ball down the field, that can run, get that third down and short. Because I don't know what you saw or what I saw on fucking third down, fourth down, and 2. What the hell? Geno Smith doing a goddamn sneak attempt. What the hell was that?
Bro. I think there was 3 plays that I questioned. That was one of them. That play before the missed field goal of Geno trying to get a quarterback sneak of like 3 yards.
2 yards.
I'm like, what?
2 yards. Like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, that's what I'm saying. I just question like this, because imagine if we had to use that play, gave it to either Most or Genty, and just lined the kick up for Carlson. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna waste a play, because that was a waste. Like, what are you doing?
What they could have did is put Pegas in the backfield as a fullback or Myers or somebody. Put a big body back there. Get up all the Genty and let him push forward to you. Good quarterback sneak. That's only like on inches. He's 2 yards short. Geno Smith couldn't run 1 yard, man, to save his life. What the fuck call was that? That showed that when they saw that, I said, you know what? They are tanking. That's one of the things I saw. They're tanking.
Did you see what he did though? He just got the ball and then just ran right into the center and
hit down.
Center's not getting no push, so he just read it. He did some Zamir White type stuff where he just was like running into your guys. You're supposed to hit the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You can't ride your center, especially if your center's getting pushed back.
Yeah, I'm glad others saw the argument with that shit. Yeah, we saw on the sideline. We saw that the Geno one shook his hand. Most of it, whatever, bro. You shake a guy's hand not because you want to, because it's like, just get your hand on my face, get out,
I
move.
know he
That's what
like,
he
bro,
did.
bro, get a
Yeah, like yeah, move. So I
and he
watched the
gonna
game.
come over like joking, like, hey, it's all good. No, it ain't, bro.
No,
I'm
yeah,
slapping you.
I won't be shocked if Marshall did say, "Gina, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, like, say, get your pick throwing ass up out here. He's all of a sudden you want to find us now. Shit, you can't find us on the field. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
have. That's why I say I would have been suspended because I'm gonna say something.
Well, they can't suspend players for cursing on the sideline because they do it in that damn huddle.
Yeah,
But yeah, yeah, and I'm sure they see it. I'm sure the upper brass and Mark Davis is frustrated.
damn. If
He
I
is
was smart, I would have bet on Geno having an interception every year. I mean, sorry, not every year, every game.
damn near.
I would have been rich, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I should have put more faith. Should have put more faith in him.
I think he has maybe most 2 games he didn't have an interception, but we still lost. But
Yeah,
you know,
that would have been good
yeah,
chances. I would
that
have
was
only
bad.
lost twice.
That was bad.
Yeah.
But um, moving forward, they say Dallas team is about as worse as ours. But you know what? Dallas will win that game because that's the games we always lose.
They always tell us that, just to get us excited. I know the Cowboys are a way better team than
No,
us,
they're
even at their
favorite.
worst.
And
Even
and
at their
and, and
worst.
Allegiant Stadium's already going to be sold out Dallas Cowboy fans because they're all over the damn place.
Yeah.
They're here in L.A. They're here in all over the place. So they're going to the game.
Who is gonna cover Pickens?
I don't care about all that. Who's gonna block the defensive line? Which is my good thing. Michael Parsons not there because we've been eaten up alive.
And they got what's his name too? Is it Crowder or what? No, not Crowder. What's his name? It
Jamie and
started
Clown
with Clowney. That was Clowney gonna have like 4 sacks, bro.
probably. You have a career day.
Yes, goodness. And then the running game. Who they have? Is it no? Dowdle's with the Panthers now. I forgot.
Excuse me, you
Oh,
guys,
they
man.
got Javonte Williams. Yeah, yeah. So it should be one of those. At least we got some time, but I mean, short weeks, long weeks. We struggle. And like I said, until something happens with this offensive line, same result. But I just hope I know it sounds crazy, but I'm happy with the last 2 games, just as far as we competed. I know, the moral victories and all that, but I mean, I get tired of seeing these blowouts and all this kind of stuff. So at least we've been able to see good football, if you call it that, good games, you know what I'm saying, where you can at least watch the whole game instead of we're already out of it by halftime. So, it's as long as I just want to see chemistry with the wide receivers and Geno. That's one thing I want to see develop. Because the line, but I mean their communication. Like if shorten the routes, you know what I'm saying? Shorten the routes, feel the defense out. Watch these, teams like the KCs and Phillies. Watch how they run their offenses. It's just they're not running these long, you know what I'm saying? If they do, they have one person going over the top just to open up everything underneath. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they use their tight ends. They spread the ball out. And that's the thing with us. More than likely, people know what we're going to do with the ball. We're either going to run it up the middle with Genty, which is silly because for his size, he shouldn't be running into the heart of the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's going to be able to do that at times, but we're going to get him hurt or, you know what I'm saying? Why would you run him? Why don't you run him to the outside and let him go against DBs and, you know what I'm saying, linebackers? He'll have a better opportunity. So I don't know. It's just how we use these players. Even Mostert. Let Mostert get to the outside, and then he can cut back, when the lanes are there. It's just running up the middle is not going to do anything if our offensive line is getting pushed back. We're always going to get either we'll be lucky if we get a yard or if we get, like if we, don't get negative yards. But Yeah, running up the middle for us is not. We're not there. We don't have that type of back. Especially we have two speed backs. Well, I mean, you could say power back, kind of combo. But as far as Genty coming out of the backfield, I feel he's so short that it's hard for Geno, not making excuses, but just physics and all that. Like basically, the for him to get the ball to him, what I'm saying, like over the line, and then not because you see he's had the problem of getting balls batted down. So it's the positioning of his play calling, of why you would have Genty somewhere in the middle where you have to throw over the line. That's why he would be perfect in like the screen game, like those side bubble screens and stuff like that. And it's how, like with Thornton, remember the first pass to him was like a short route. He caught that. And of course, we don't do the warm him up, we go to the extreme where it was all or nothing. And he was open, but he dropped it. So that's why I feel he needs to get more comfortable catching the ball. So get him in games, where he's running across the middle, and then just give him something he can just get warmed up and get acclimated to the ball. And then maybe he'll catch those. But if you're throwing to him once a game, once every half, you're not going to get used to it. You're not making excuses, but you got to get into a rhythm. Even as a quarterback, you got to get into a rhythm.
Well, the play calling to me is pretty horrific on when they call the plays. They get Genty run the ball. He gets 5-6 yards. They ain't throw. Then they stop going to the run again. They stop. If you're gonna run the ball, you want the defense to come up. You want the safeties to come up into the box and stop the run, which I thought they would do this year, but apparently not. So as soon as they do something, they abandon it. If it worked, keep on using it until they stop it. But no, we just stopped midstream.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just ejected. Why not still not run the ball?
And I would still, like, if a play doesn't work, and say if it was just something with the timing or whatever like that, I'm bringing it back. Like I'm stubborn like that. We're gonna make it work because we have to see how this play works on the field. Like, and just because it fails once, that's kind of good because if it, they kind of won't pay attention to it because it didn't work, so they won't expect you to kind of bring that play back. But it seems like
Hey, Jason, what's up, man?
Jay Downs. It seems like we don't have bread and butter plays, like the 5 handful of plays that we
bread
can
butter. We don't have bread or butter. What are you talking about?
He said
You look in the cabinet, ain't no bread in there. The bread's moldy and the butter's melted. That's what it is. Yeah, they got it. Right now it's 25-22. Atlanta's up. They got 2-point conversion. So, but of course, had another good run back. So they dare field goal range. I don't know what to say. I know we do need to draft a quarterback. I know that. But if we don't have an offensive line, I don't care what quarterback you draft. You can have a running quarterback all you want. But do you want the quarterback to run on every down? No, because you'll get hurt.
No, we got Genty for but we just need him for when it's like third, where we struggle with those 3rd and 1s and saying the 3rd and shorts. It'll kind of make us kind of a little bit more unpredictable a little bit.
Well, stop having Genty run between the tackles and the guards. Shoot, let him run outside because you watch some of his boys. They highlights. Most of his yards came on like we got outside. No, they're not. No, go up the middle. Go run behind Merritt. Go run behind Kappa and that putting. These fools can't block for nothing. So, stop running them on the inside. Stop making them run on the outside. Let them get against the linebackers, those DBs.
Mm-hmm.
Because overall, run between because they got all that beef in there. They gonna plug the hole up because we can't make a hole save our life. If they were construction workers and the boss said go dig a hole, they were like, well, what? So
Yeah,
they don't be doing that. They go home. Come
yeah,
on
yeah. We gotta. So that's why I say it comes before the draft. So like, if we, that's gonna be it. If we don't address this line and we bring, Kappa, we re-sign Kappa.
now. Oh, he's
You
got
know,
2 years. He's 2 years. He's in it for 2 years. They can still
oh
release him, but they'll lose money. But I don't care. Shit, take the loss.
yeah, because every time we see that name across that back of his jersey, it's usually after a sack. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Every time we get highlight reels, it's a sack.
yeah,
Oh,
and,
they
and
just they sacked him. Oh
and
shit.
one catch for Geno. I mean for Geno. One catch for Bowers is crazy. It's criminal. Like
Well, they
that.
blanketed him. They knew that's what we had because we didn't have Jacoby Myers out there. So
Yeah,
they didn't have that extra that second receiver. They had him out there, but they didn't use him, utilize him.
yeah,
They said they knew. They said Bravo to the week before, like, yeah, no, we're taking away taking him out the game, and they didn't have Patrick Surtain out there.
yeah,
So they thought maybe Brock Bowers can eat, but no, they didn't even feed him. He went to the all you need buffet, but they told we're closed. That feed the man. You know
yeah. And then they tried him on a reverse. That was one of the
that was
questionable plays.
stupid. That
I'm
I
like,
like.
good lord.
The dude just came back from injury, and then you're gonna try him on some shit like that.
Yeah. That's what like I don't understand. Like we'll be flowing, we'll be going doing good, and then there's just that one questionable play. And there was a time when Gino, I think it was right before the half, and basically we were in field, yeah, in on the skirts of field goal range, and then he takes a sack, and of course we have to punt it. I'm like, like common sense, like if and the way he just tucks, like and just says, okay, instead of throw the ball.
He gives up on play.
Like if
I'll
you
just
see
throw the ball away.
exactly, like if you see someone out there, like throw it close enough to where it looks like you're trying to throw to them, but throw the ball away. You tucking the ball, like I bet that's why the defense is pissed. Like plays like that, you're like, bro, we gave you the ball back again,
Oh my
and
god.
that's what you do. You tuck your tail.
Yeah, the defense will hold it. What the 3-3 and house in the first quarter?
Yeah,
They would have had chances. We could get the ball back. Uh, AJ Cole punted that ball beautifully. The first two punts, right inside the 10-yard line. Come on, what more can you ask for? They did
yeah,
that, and we did our job. Damn it, do yours. You
yeah.
got a short field. Get in the end zone. They did get in the end zone once. But after that, they just feel like, man, we're not going to score.
Yeah, and see, it's kind of crazy because remember how we were talking bad about Caillou, and then Caillou almost had three. Because if you remember, he dropped one before the last two, and he was like on the sideline. It was a little high, but it was touched his hands. But it's crazy because that came out of nowhere. I wouldn't have expected that at all. So I mean, hopefully that got his confidence up. Because I mean he's been the liability. So at least I know it was because Bo Nix is known for the overthrow. You know what I'm saying? So that had a lot to do with it. But he caught most of them, so that was cool. Because it just showed you where the help is needed, dog. That damn offense. Because I mean, our defense can be as good as it needs to be, but unless it's scored touchdowns, then it's not going to help us.
Yeah. We'll see. What I do? Oh, oops. I'm gonna do Jason now end the show.
Oh, that's, and then so that play on where Besh was, yoking up the either he knew him from school and the dude used to like bully him. So he was, like, hey, I'm not little no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he would not he would not let go. But I appreciate him the will to block, but you just gotta let it go. You gotta get in, get out. Because I mean the play was so explosive that he really didn't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like he just held him way, but I mean I get it in the 70s. I think I said that I was in a Samoan Raiders chat. Like in the 70s, that would have been a good block. Back in the day, that was a good
Yeah,
block.
that was a good block, but not now. We're,
Yeah,
we're getting we're
nowadays,
getting soft in the
yeah,
NFL. I understand they want to protect players and get hurt. Yeah, well, here's my thing. Here's if like the NFL now talking about going to 18 games in a couple of years. Okay, you want to do that? Fine, but here's what you got to do. You got to open up that roster up at least 5 guys. Get no more 53. Got to be 58 minimum, and you got to open the practice squad up a little bit more too. You got to maybe add 2 or 3 to that because 18 games alone is a long season. The players will get hurt. They will get worn out. They will have nagging injuries, and you can't expect teams to have. That's all tied up now. You can't expect to have these players playing 18 games and not have a nagging injury. It could be just a cramp or something. They be out for a game. But who's gonna come in there? We don't have anybody.
You know what disturbs me too is as Colton Miller went down, as JPJ went down. I haven't been tuned in, but have you heard any moves offensive line? Like them bringing in this player, working that. See, that's the thing that kind of. But they'll do all these other positions and stuff like that. Like you'll address you'll go trade our fifth or fourth whatever it was for a backup quarterback that played a couple snaps.
It was a third round.
Yeah. Okay. Third round pick, but you'll trade that for a backup quarterback that will barely play, but you won't address the line that plays damn near every offensive snap.
Yeah. Well, the only thing they can do is pick up some kind of offensive line off the practice squad, but they're on a practice squad for a reason. That's why he's not starting rotation. So will that help? Maybe, maybe not. But it was 5th round pick. It was 5th round. I thought it was higher than that. It was
Yeah,
third.
I thought it was late.
Geno was
Yeah.
third. My bad. Geno was third. Yeah, okay.
That's okay.
5th round
we
pick.
all,
Thank you, Jason. See, I like Jason because he stays up on that. I'm sorry, I got confused. It was Geno Smith was a 3rd round pick we traded for. Right. Still early morning. My brain is still not woke yet. But Jason, I sent you a link. If you want to pop in for me, you can. Because we're going to show in a little while, but if you want to pop in and say your piece. I know you like doing the chat, but Jason Downs one of those guys I like. He's my general manager for the mock draft coming up, and we probably can do it sooner than later because might as well. What we can do. Matter of fact, you want to do Tuesday night? We can. Let's do a mock draft too.
I'm definitely down. I've been posting a few. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of getting warmed up, but it's crazy because it's gonna look different by the time it gets to that point anyway. But
we know. Well, as it stands,
yeah.
And I don't think Raiders going to move down in the draft. They probably keep moving up in the draft.
Yeah. And then Dante Moore, if you've seen that, he's going back to Oregon. So that was one of the ones I would have taken too, just for his mobility.
Yeah, because he sees you in the draft pool. Like, I don't going to need one of these teams.
Yeah. Hey, and we won't be no higher than a 4. You know what I'm saying? Because basically the teams that are there, I think it's the Saints, Jets, and some other team. But
we can't move up because they can start winning. We can move up.
Well, I looked at their schedules because there's some that play each other, so that'll kind of. But for the most part, like nobody that we play, because we play the Browns and then we play another team that's So basically, that will give them another win. So it'll kind of, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see us no higher than 4.
That's fine. Wherever we are. But they got to make use of that. They got, I'll tell you what. This hype, well, we'll do a Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Tuesday night. Chew, if you're listening, man, we're going to do a mock draft Tuesday night as it stands now. And each one of us will do a mock draft. We'll do a quick one. Not like being there for 5 hours trying to do it.
No, I'm quick, man. I get in there, get out.
Okay. So, as it stands now, I was going to say, damn, I lost my train of thought. Help me out.
You were gonna say next year we're gonna win the Super Bowl. That's what. No. Okay.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that at all. I mean,
Yeah.
anything is possible. You never
Yeah.
know. You go from worst to first in a minute, but we don't go from worst to worst. It seems like every year.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get better, not get worse.
And
Take
you
two
know what's
steps,
crazy? If they
take one step forward, two steps back. That's what we're doing. Maybe three steps back.
now, if we play more games, that means they're gonna eliminate more preseason games. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
me
be we'll
too.
just be starting the season.
Well, college football don't have preseason games. They have spring. They have spring games where they can actually tackle in them.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have that because the NFL Players Association rules that dictate that we're going to have so many practices and so many can hit and all that stuff, which I understand. They don't want their players to hurt because they're multi-millionaires. The owners don't want them seeing them getting hurt. And then, well, that's money gone.
Yeah.
But 18 games, they got to open. They got to open that roster. They got to open that roster a little bit bigger than what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Because in college they can have like 100 players on their roster. I was like, what the? So, but that's college. It's understandable. So, but they're talking about it. I don't know if it's in the talks now, but they were talking about going to 18 games. I like, and then you looking at the playoff Super Bowl. The Super Bowl will be down there in mid-March, mid-February, almost March. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. We also hired one. Yeah. What? Huh. Who do we beat? We beat the Titans and the Patriots, and now the Patriots are rolling and kicking ass, and they could be a number one in the AFC. It depends on what happens today. But it look like the Colts, they is in overtime now with the Colts. So depending on the Colts and everybody else, you know, they could be number one. Hey, look at little Jason.
Yeah,
Little
buddy.
well, she Jason that or Jacina.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I separated her from the pack. I gave her, Amara. She'll be her own little beast. This might be the first female DB or quarterback. We're gonna see.
Yeah, I doubt that seriously.
We're gonna see.
They do it in high school, but I don't think the college none of that stuff gonna happen.
Yeah, 18 years from now, though, you never know.
Well, 18 years from now, I'll be in heaven looking down, so I'm not gonna be here that
Nah,
long.
nah, you're gonna be one of the the legendary host of the Sunday morning pillaging show. Hopefully, by in that time. Say what's up to the nation. Say what up.
Yeah. Well,
She'll probably see some wins before we do.
nope. She probably sees Super Bowl before I will. Shit, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of things we get. There's a lot of things we see because like I said they draft a quarterback. Great, go ahead, draft the quarterback. Draft some offensive linemen. Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and get some in free agents and drafting. Get another DB. Also, maybe get another running back. Get a power back because Samir White's not it. Get a power, get it. I mean, Genty is likes powerful run back, but get another one. If most are going to decide to stay, fine. We have a three-headed monster. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's on Pete Carroll, the general manager, and all that. What's on their mind track? Because Spytek likes to have picks. He don't like giving up picks. What he did, but he got them. He got something back. But they gotta. This don't look like changing of the guard to me. It's like we moving back the same cycle. At least last year we won 4 games, but 2 games we won against teams who didn't want to win anyway. So I'm just
Like
watching.
we say like bench Geno, but that's kind of the worst thing we can kind of do because we do need him to get on the same page, especially if he's going to be here next year. We definitely need him to get on the page with these receivers, with Mayer, with Bowers. Like we need to figure this thing out. Like so, that's why I say everybody has to finish. The coaches have to finish. You know what I'm saying? Because firing Brendan Carroll is not going to change the talent that we have. You know, on the
Uh,
offensive line, it's not
mm,
gonna. No other coach is gonna come in here and magically make these guys bigger, stronger, fast. You know, it's not gonna work like that. So that's what I
yeah,
said. We go.
but here's the thing though. You're right on that part, but they also can change the blocking scheme to fit these guys' size, style, and speed. Yeah, they can do that. Okay. So we're not a power blocking team because we have no power as far as the blocking concern. And you guys are not powerful. You know, they couldn't block a paper towel in the wind. Okay. So okay, so they're faster. Like Parham is he's probably a good zone blocker because he has more speed. So is Glaze. His footwork is not as good in power blocking. Well, I don't know exactly, but uh offensive line coach could make them better to utilize what they do best. What do you best? Power blocker or you zone blocker? I'm zone block coach. Okay, then we're gonna go zone blocking.
Yeah,
So that could change that.
yeah, true. Yeah, Pete really tries to stay away from the conversations with the O line, and I think maybe he just doesn't want to, say something that we know is kind of hogwash. But he usually, like Geno, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, Geno played great. Geno was great. Geno was."
No, damn well he's lying.
Yeah, that's why like it's kind of like I'm kind of tuned out on these press conferences because I
I
just
don't even watch him no more.
tell us the real, tell us the truth.
I don't
Just
even
say, hey, we're a terrible football team at the moment, but there's some good things. But we get, just be real. Don't sell us wolf tickets.
I didn't watch him no more. When I see he was on there and like, yeah, nah, I don't feel like hearing Pete Carroll bullshit. The beginning was great, but now it's like,
Yeah,
well, well, up.
yeah,
Stop feeding. Like I said, stop feeding the wolf tickets. Stop trying to be a snake oil salesman. Like, yeah, this will cure everything. Yeah, well, it hasn't cured shit.
yeah,
As a matter of fact, it made my stomach worse.
yeah. And how we got through the season so long without having a free safety is crazy. And I didn't even know that Lonnie was a free safety. I thought he was a strong safety.
No, it's free
But
safety,
yeah, so I was like, at least we have somebody in that position.
and he's off injured, so he's coming back.
Yeah, good to see him
So
come back too. Like that was, I didn't expect him to be back, this soon. But shout to him.
yeah, but that would I help off? Maybe, maybe not. It's not the defense that was a problem this last game. It
Yeah,
wasn't. It was the offense. Defense did their job in the first half, did what they could, but yet the offense couldn't do anything because we had no blocking. 7 sacks? It was a six. 6 or 7 sacks? Come on.
6, I think.
It was six?
Could have been 7. Felt like 10.
Yeah, 5 the first half and 1 the second half. And the second half, they still didn't do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Frank Weber, you're probably right. Oh, bounce. Yeah, you're probably right. He probably won't talk about it because his son's there. He won't put his son under the bus, but he needs to. This is a business.
Yeah.
This is not a family reunion. This is a business.
Yeah. And then there's like you said too. There's only so much they can do for as far as adjusting the line, as far as this year, because if there's good linemen, they're probably either staying where they're at or waiting on free. Because somebody's gonna come free in free agency. Because that's the thing. Like, yeah, they might not be the best, but they might be better than what we have now. And as
Mm-hmm.
long as we're upgrading, what I'm saying, like every season, even at every position, trying to get better. And center is going to be a little bit more difficult because it's hard for teams to, or it's hard to pretty much get good centers from from teams that they're at. But hopefully, there's
No,
maybe a backup that was hurt, and then kind of maybe somebody else stepped up, and then maybe they're healthy, but the other guy's doing better. We just got to sweep. We got to sweep the league and see what's out there, because anything to improve what we have right now is upgrade.
yeah, well they got some nice beefy centers I saw, man, in the draft. I mean, coming
Yeah,
up. So like I said, we'll look at that Tuesday night. So you can go and set it up. It's getting close to the end because the other game's about to start. Other games, and right now the Colts in Atlanta tied. Jason Downs' cousin caught the ball, so they're almost in field goal range.
Nice. Yeah, I would say.
And then plus you got to feed little Missy there.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, any last thoughts, you guys? Comments while we take off? Anybody? No? Jason?
Just excited to be here. We want to compete every show, every time. We're gonna come on here and give you guys everything that we have. We ain't gonna leave nothing. And we will compete, we will. But that's what it was. That's what it sounded like, okay, cool. You guys can compete. Hell yeah. And then, you see where we are. But it will not be like this next year. I know we say this every year, and I'll probably say it the year after next too. But, I believe in this team. I believe that this year just ain't it. But next year will be it. And, we just want some competition, some improvement, some gelling. Like, we want to see, like, we're a team just like that plays in the NFL, just like everybody else, and we deserve to be here. So I just want to see that.
Okay. Well, my last thoughts is that you guys, I'm still stuck on 110 more subscribers. So tell your friends to help me out. I'm like 110 away from 500, and my hours are good. So just tell your friends, just hit the subscribe button and help me out get to that 500, and I'll be great. This is the last game we lost. I was upset, but I wasn't as mad as other games we lost because we did. They were trying first half, but second half they didn't do anything. The play calling was horrible. They use their players right. Exactly, Mama. Tell them. Go Raiders. With that being said, help me out. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification on both our channels. Ooh, got hiccups. Both our channels. Let's do this. And you guys, you know what I always say? Win, lose, or whatever, tie. Raiders till I die. And the way they're playing, I'm going to die real quick because I'm sorry this. So I was like, not to give up now. All right, guys. Until we'll see you Tuesday night on the Cover 3 show. Be me, Chewy, unless Chewy has something to do. And Nate Jason. We'll probably do a mock draft for that show. Let's do it. With some of the fan participation. Let's see if we can see who we like, who you like, who I like, who Chewy like, and what the chat and the fans like. All right. Until then, guys, be safe. Go Raiders. And there's my little Mama Raider right there. Say it. Their first word's gonna be not Dad, Mama. Go Raiders.
The Raiders.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Let's go.
It's the Sunday morning Pillaging show.